Want to know an easy way to waste $500? Well, I'm glad you're here, because I'm going to tell you. Welcome back to Here's the Reason Why Your Streetwear Brand is Trash. Cue the intro. So today is going to be story time. If you are doing your own design, please learn how to use Adobe Illustrator or like programs. So in this story, I'm going to have to rewind to the beginning stages of my brand. So dating back to 2016 is when I decided that Arrogant Apparel needed to launch. Prior to that, I was doing t-shirts direct-to-garment style print, which means that my design work didn't have to be perfect, just had to look good. So prior to that, I had a few sales where customer paid for a shirt in advance. I took their money, I gave it to a company, got their shirt, and delivered it. This time around, I wanted to do things a little differently. Once I established myself as a business, I went and decided to go with a local printer, which that was the greatest thing that I could have done. The problem was I should have researched to find out who was the best printer. And best not being so much skilled, but best being who had the most knowledge. Going back to what I said earlier, my design work didn't have to be perfect, it just needed to look good. With direct-to-garment, that's all you really need. There's no perfection really needed before you print off your design work. I decided to go from direct-to-garment to screen printing. I did not know that there was a difference between screen printing and direct-to-garment printing at the time. But boy, did I find out. I had a few friends that knew that I was starting my streetwear brand. I had announced it on social media platforms, and I had a few people that reached out and said, hey, I know a printer. One of the particular people that reached out, they had a family-owned screen printing business. Now, they are skilled for what they do, but knowledge is something they did not have. And this is no disrespect to them at all in any way, shape, or form. But had they had this knowledge, I would possibly still be working with them today. When I was doing my design work in the beginning stages, it was pen, pad, pencil, colored pencil, marker. I was using a phone app called PixArt, and I would occasionally use Photoshop. Not bad for doing design work, but your finished product is not going to have the quality needed for a screen printer. Starting out, I had them do a shirt that had the original logo of mine. I had them do that logo on a black shirt. I had them do that logo on a white shirt. Those turned out perfectly fine. Also, those images were pre-digitized by someone else. I didn't know anything about digitizing. All I knew is this person can finish up my image for me. So it was a one-color image, easy to print. The first set of shirts, perfectly fine. Now fast forwarding a couple months later, I had them do another shirt that would be a front and a back. The front would be a small image, the back would be a large image. And this is where it gets ugly. So as I said before, I would either hand draw my images, or I would use a phone app, or I would use Photoshop. There's no problem with using any of these other than the option of saving your image at 300 dpi. I was unaware images needed to be saved at that high of a resolution, so I saved my image, I sent it off to the printer. Problem number one. My image had 30 shades of gray, about 15 shades of red, and two other colors, white and I believe a shade of charcoal. Now, what I said earlier, I was doing direct-to-garment print. Never had it occurred to me that the multiple colors that I have, the more screens that would be necessary, which means that it's more expensive. The print company sends me an email advising that I have a lot of shades of gray and that's gonna make my service a lot more expensive. Through our conversation, I was under the impression that they would limit it to just one shade of gray, one shade of red, one shade of white. So now that I am only getting a 3-color print job. That didn't happen. After the email correspondence, I put up a rough draft image on social media showing my potential clients, this is what's gonna be the next drop. Get prepared for it. Not gonna have a bunch of them available. I had that date set. Everyone was excited. I'm excited. All I'm thinking is, yes, I've got a quality product. At the time of pickup, this is where the knowledge was lacking from their side. I opened the box, and instead of having multiple shades of gray, I have a white outline of everything that was on that image. So now it is just a one print job. That's not what I asked for. And it darn sure isn't what I paid for. So open the box. The guy looks at me, he's like, what's wrong? I said, this isn't what I paid for. This isn't what I asked for. This isn't what we discussed. So he goes back, he looks at the images while we're there, and he goes, yeah, there's no gray. Yeah, there's no gray. This is an outline in white. So then I have correspondence again with the person who's doing the printing. And they explain, well, I thought that you said to remove the gray. They go back in the correspondence, and I said, make it one shade. They apologized. So now I have to push my release date back. So they fixed the issue with the gray, and then the shirts get back to me delivered, and I recognize these lines aren't straight. Why do my lines not look straight? Because of the image that was being done, it was okay, but I knew this isn't right. So I didn't correspond back with them. I just took the shirts, got them moved. My customers were happy, but I was not. Moving forward, I went with another company. And when I went with this other company, and I sent them images in the same way that I designed, they immediately responded back, hey, can you save these in 300 DPI? 300 DPI? I've never heard that term before. So what do? I go to Google, because that's where everything is. And there's where I find out that images saved at 300 DPI are perfect for screen printing. Now, using PicsArt, you don't have the option of doing that, of course. And using Photoshop, the same thing. You can save an image large, but you're not going to get the quality of what is necessary for a screen printer. And I had Adobe Illustrator just sitting on my computer. I never opened it. Never thought I needed to. For me, it was Photoshop and hand-drawn, or PicsArt. So what did I do? Go to YouTube and learn Illustrator. I found out at least the minimum that would be required for giving quality images. Now, had I known that from the beginning, that's $400, $500 that would not have went down the drain during that print run. Especially being I'm a startup business and I don't have the money coming in. Everything that I have right now is going out until I'm making a profit. So don't be like me, YouTube. Make sure to learn Illustrator. You don't need to know every in and out of Illustrator, just the basics. How to finalize that image to where all your lines are crisp, and how to save at 300 DPI. And that's it. Don't be like me, be smart. And make sure that the printer that you're dealing with on your local level knows the ins and outs. That way that you don't deal with the same thing. And that's all I got for today. Short story. See you guys this weekend when we give you more tips. Take care.